Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
We're beginning to get some of the results in from Tuesday's primary election. A look at who's leading the polls so far. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. Still ahead on 7 at 7.
To almost daily have our 3-year-old son Vince cry to me that he wants his daddy to come home down.
The families of 2 Nevada Highway Patrol troopers speak out at the sentencing of the man found guilty of killing them. We have their emotional statements from the courtroom. Plus, a portion of the former Riviera Hotel casino site on the North Strip is being sold to developers, the latest on the sale. And former Vegas headliner Celine Dion vows to return to the stage after being diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. We have more details coming up right after this. Let's get into your top story, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A man has been sentenced to prison for driving under the influence, which resulted in the death of 2 Nevada Highway Patrol troopers in November. Jamarcus Williams will spend a minimum of 16 years in prison with a maximum of 40 years behind bars. He was sentenced on Tuesday afternoon for 2 counts of driving under the influence. NHP Sergeant Michael Abate and Trooper Alberto Felix were stopped on I-15 to check on another driver when Williams struck and killed them and then fled the scene.
To almost daily have our 3-year-old son Vince cry to me that he wants his daddy to come home down from heaven to play with him for real, and to have to remind him that daddy can't, he can only visit you in your dreams, is gut-wrenching for us both. And the mother, it hurts to see your children hurting so much. But how can I take this pain away when I know it's their dad they missed? And there's nothing I can do to bring him back.
The judge gave Williams the maximum sentence possible after hearing hours of statements from the families of the 2 officers. And Tuesday marked voters' last chance to cast their ballot in Nevada's primary election. And this was the scene at the Galleria Mall, which was one of the 100 voting sites available. And now we're going to take a look at some of the preliminary results as of 4 a.m. In the race for U.S. Senate, incumbent Jackie Rosen is the projected winner with 91.7% of the votes in the Democratic primary. She will face off with Sam Brown in the general election, who is the projected winner on the Republican side with 59.6% of the votes. In the race for U.S. House District 3, incumbent Susie Lee is the projected winner with 92.1% of the Democratic vote. Lee will face off with Drew Johnson in the general election, who is the projected winner on the Republican side with 32% of the vote. And as for the city of Las Vegas mayoral race, no projected winner yet, but Shelley Berkeley is in the lead with 35.3% of the votes. Victoria Seaman trails behind with 29.5% of those votes. And in third place, Cedric Creer has 18.7% of the votes. If no candidate receives over 50% of the vote, the top 2 vote getters will advance to the general election. Get the latest election results on reviewjournal.com. Let's get into your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Hot and dry conditions will continue throughout today as temperatures reach a high of 108 degrees by 2 p.m. That excessive heat warning will stay in effect until 9 p.m. tonight. We will be feeling a cool down this Sunday into early next week, and we are expecting those temperatures to go down a bit into the high 90s by Tuesday, but begin to go back up by Wednesday into the rest of the week. Moving on to your business news, a portion of the former Riviera Hotel casino site on the North Strip is being sold to developers, which means a new development could be coming soon. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority voted unanimously to split a 10-acre parcel at Elvis Presley and Las Vegas Boulevards. Now the land will be split between 65 SLVB, which is a partnership of developers Brett Torino and Paul Canevos, and the development group behind neighboring Fontainebleau Resort Casino. Torino and Canevos have not publicly said what they intend to develop on the site.
Now for your sports update, sponsored by PT's Taverns, your place to watch all the sports action. The Las Vegas Aces continuing to skate, losing to the Minnesota Lynx by a score of 100-86 on Tuesday night. But the Aces started out looking much like their usual selves, leading by as much as 8 at one point, but the wheels ended up coming off. Asia Wilson was yet again the bright spot for Las Vegas, posting 28 points and 8 rebounds in the loss, leading the team in scoring. Next up for the Aces, a 7 p.m. date with the Phoenix Mercury in Arizona on Thursday.
Moving on to your health news, patients can now see an array of doctors without leaving their recliner thanks to telemedicine. But that doesn't mean trips to the office should end. Now here's what you need to know about which form of care might be right for you. Telemedicine is a virtual doctor's visit done over a secure video connection, and these virtual visits can save time and give patients more doctor choices. That's especially important for those who live in areas where in-person care options are difficult. But some health issues may require things like testing or even an ultrasound, which would require an in-person visit. Health experts recommend an initial visit in person and then telemedicine follow-ups.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The European Soccer Championships kick off Friday, and England is a plus 330 favorite at Circa Sportsbook to win the tournament for the first time in its history. France is the plus 385 second choice, followed by host Germany at plus 485. Portugal, featuring superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, is next at plus 675, with Spain at plus 750. Defending champion Italy is plus 1375, with the Netherlands at plus 1450, and Belgium listed at 18 to 1.
Vegas Nation, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. Raiders defensive end Max Crosby spoke from the team's mandatory minicamp in Henderson about what it's been like having the addition of Christian Wilkins on the defensive line.
We're flying around, it's when you talk about constantly improving and having competition, those are the type of guys you want around. He's a worker, so I love having guys like, that are like-minded around. So we got a lot of work to do, but yeah, we're just feeding off each other's energy. We love football, and that's really all that matters.
Now for your lifestyle news, a new Vegas restaurant is the place where donuts meet Korean corn dogs. Now this one's interesting. Sleepyhead Donut is located at 3977 South Maryland Parkway, and it's offering milk cream donuts with matcha, Nutella, and other fillings. Mochi donuts range from basic glaze and coconut glazed to birthday cake and choco peanut. The Korean dogs come in 10 different styles, stuffed with gooey mozzarella or cheddar, or even encrusted with fried potato cubes. The dogs can also be topped with tons of different condiments. Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Former Vegas headliner Celine Dion sat down with Hoda Kotb for an exclusive sit-down interview. Our Review Journal entertainment reporter John Katsilamidis has more on this story.
Celine Dion is determined to come back to the stage in Las Vegas. We know this because Hoda Kotb spent a lot of time last month interviewing Dion for a network TV special and says she will be back. It's just a matter of getting the details out. Dion will be back at Resorts World Theater, but probably not until next year. We have been told that wait till 2025 for her to get back on stage, maybe 2 shows per week. But she says she will be on stage even if she has to crawl to do it.
Thanks for watching 7 at 7 a.m. And if you want to stay up to date with breaking news as it happens, just hit the subscribe button down below to get live updates and reminders on YouTube. We'll see you here tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.